ladies and gentlemen. It's raining, it's cold, and it's just plain living around here in Middle Tennessee. That's what we're doing. Kind of almost wanting to make you shiver, but it's the time of year for it. I'm John Gray. Hello.
Good morning. How are you? I'm Peggy Burton.
And I'm Jim Fuller.
And it was a bit on the cool side this morning.
And it's not over.
Right at snow temperature.
It's not over.
Very close.
We're supposed to, I think, maybe have some snow
Tomorrow,
this
starting this afternoon, tomorrow, one of the probably busiest travel days of the year, the day before Thanksgiving. So
that's right. And so hopefully people will be safe out there.
Yeah.
I believe we have our police chief on today to talk about that, safety rules.
Well, there's no telling what Mr. Paul might talk about. He's a wealth of information.
He is. He and the fire chief, you know.
What I love about them and the mayor is they're all visible. People know who they are, and I think that's a good thing.
Oh yeah. It's very good to be visible and also transparent in what you do.
Do you ever feel transparent?
Me?
Like nobody sees you?
No, he's talking about transparent in the respect, and we talked about it on this show one time, that used to, if you knew somebody, you get away with anything.
Oh.
It don't work like that anymore.
Doesn't work like that
Everybody
anymore.
goes by the same rules. It don't matter who you are.
And the books are all open.
And the books are all open.
And
That's right.
That's
Books
good.
are all open.
That's right.
So
That's
a
the
good
way
thing.
everything should be.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. What are you going to do for Thanksgiving, Miss Burton?
What am I going to do be thankful for number one, for my many, many blessings, and I'll probably cook a little something.
You gonna cook a little something?
Yeah, to keep them starved. Shannon and her husband will come out, and maybe my aunt that I'll go pick up.
Where's the general these days?
The general is guarding his wife, who has had surgery on her,
Back.
not her back, hamstring. It was totally
Hamstring.
separated.
Ooh.
Yeah. Taekwondo, I think. When you do like 500 kicks in a row. I'm not sure how it happened, but she's
a very physical individual.
Very physical. This is killing her because she can't sit down. She can only stand and lay down and walk, with a crutch now. She's on a crutch. But she's exercising.
That can't be fun.
She is exercising the spare leg.
Oh, I'm sure.
And the upper body. And she never, I'm real proud of her.
You know,
She's a survivor.
That would be pretty scary to be married to somebody that could do that whatever that was.
Taekwondo?
Yeah, Taekwondo kick 500 times.
Well, I guarantee you, don't mess with her.
Yeah,
Have you ever met her?
Yes, I have.
She is quite a physical specimen, that young lady is.
She was runner-up in Miss World Fitness. She's and still dedicated.
Yeah.
To physical fitness, and I'm proud of that. And
Make a great first lady.
She would, wouldn't she? And Bart
Burton for president.
he's taken a leave to take care of her for a while.
By the way,
in case
you folks are watching and don't know what we're talking about, Peggy's son is a general, and
a good man. That's the main part.
Because it's kind of hard because he's got major responsibilities and has had. He was in Iraq, and he's just had unbelievable responsibilities. But he's put that aside, I think, for 6 weeks.
He's put it aside for 6 weeks.
And he's staying home taking care of his wife.
But I guarantee you, the computer and the cell phone is constantly, constantly going.
He's all about duty. General Petraeus in his book said Bart Burton was the Tony Soprano of Baghdad.
I love that.
Oh, really?
So that ought to give you a clue to where this young man's been. He's been a lot of places in the defense of this nation and our freedom, and he's, my opinion, forever to be thanked and respected for what he's done.
Thank you. That's
along
very
with
nice.
along with all the
Everybody
rest of them out there, and that's my wish.
And I always say, let's don't forget the people on the home front, our first responders, our families of servicemen and women. There's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and hope they all have a pleasant Thanksgiving with their loved ones away. And it's a difficult thing to be left at home if you're a male or female, because there are a lot of females now that are deployed, and they're men at home taking care of the household and the children, and it's not an easy situation. And I just hope for all of them to have a very happy and joyous Thanksgiving, and maybe some of them might get reunited during Thanksgiving. Wouldn't that be wonderful?
That would be great.
Be great.
It would.
You know, you said something there that I'm always a little bit amazed about. You know, that men today have gotten so good at doing things that women only did, like taking care of kids and stuff like that. You know, it's just like my son-in-law amazes me. I mean,
he's a good man.
They have 3 kids, you know, and my daughter, she'll go off to work or something and leave him there with them 3 kids all day. He's not even intimidated. He's just like, yeah, okay, big deal. You know, he can do whatever. You know, I mean, I did it, but I was not very good at it. You know, and was quite intimidated by some of the situations. But anyway, goodness gracious, times have changed.
They certainly have. They certainly have. Now, what's your favorite thing to eat for Thanksgiving?
Oh my gosh. I, like everyone else, favorite thing is just whatever it is. But, you know, I love to eat. But I don't know, I guess turkey and dressing. I like that for a change, because I never do it anytime else.
You know, and that's kind of funny. Turkey's very reasonable priced food to eat, and it's really good.
If you leave off the dressing, it's very low fat, low calorie,
it's really
so it's good for you.
Nobody leaves off the dressing.
I know, that's
what
the
do you
hard
like
part.
best, Jim?
Being off.
He's not off. We're never off.
Yeah, we're never off. But I'm not a big fan of turkey. It's okay, but I prefer ham or something like that. You know.
I do like turkey. How about you?
Turnip greens.
Turnip greens?
You haven't even thought about turnip greens. Turnip greens are good.
Yeah.
I love turnip greens.
My mama used to make the best turnip greens in the world, and I mean, it wasn't Thanksgiving or Christmas dinner without turnip greens, fried corn.
Did you sometimes put the turnips in there with the turnip greens?
No, she made turnips in a different way. That Mom used to take turnips and mash them up like like mashed potatoes.
Oh.
And put a little bit of sugar, and a little bit of bacon grease, a little bit of butter, and a little bit of red pepper and some sugar in there, and it was like.
And it was good.
It's like grits. It's like eating grits. I mean,
really?
It's sweet. I mean, they were wonderful.
Yeah.
Now, those just little chunk turnips in there with the turnip greens, why, I wouldn't give you a nickel for a pound.
I thought they were good. I thought that's the only way you could eat it.
No, you mash them. Remember that thing that had the swirls in it with the handle on it that you mash stuff up? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd mash those things up. Good stuff. Good stuff. Turkey sandwich. What do you put on your turkey sandwich? Everybody has their special way that they make a turkey sandwich.
Well, oddly enough, I don't hardly ever bring bread into the house, so often, this may sound boring, but I take lettuce and I make a sandwich out of lettuce and turkey and tomato.
So you make a turkey wrap.
I make a turkey wrap, yeah.
That's another thing that's changed. A lot of people don't have bread in their house much anymore.
It's not just something I have to run and get.
Yeah.
I'm trying really hard to stay off of bread.
We're talking here about a Thanksgiving feast, Peggy,
no bread.
And John is faced with the responsibility of getting us through this segment, and we're not cooperating at all. We're just not much help here.
What about you, Jim? Turkey sandwich, because everybody has a turkey sandwich pretty much.
That is a good
later
part,
on at night,
It's the after stuff that's
I'm
so
off to a good start today. The heel just came off my shoe. Yeah.
Your shoes aren't made for walking.
Well, when we were in Atlanta, they used to always say that one leg was shorter than the other because we were from the hills of Tennessee or something like that. I don't remember. So I guess will be the way I'll function the rest of this day.
Last night we were talking about this on Tennessee Traveler, our discount food coupon show that we do on Monday nights, and Tabitha, my co-host, said that she likes to take, and mayonnaise only on wheat bread, turkey, and she puts bacon on it. Bacon and puts it on there, and then lettuce and tomato.
Well, that's
no
probably
mustard.
Very good, yeah.
And she said her daddy takes a dinner roll and slices it in half and puts dressing on the bottom, turkey on the top of that.
That sounds really good.
And then puts the cranberry sauce on top of that, and squishes it down.
That sounds really good.
So, there's just different ways that people, the things that they do, that you do, that are,
honestly,
that are traditions,
yeah.
and that's what makes Thanksgiving wonderful. That's what makes it the greatest holiday of the year, is when family gets together and does all the crazy little things that they've done
really,
throughout their whole
family
history.
Getting together is probably the best part of it.
And we
whoever.
usually play nonsensical
games,
card games.
Yeah.
Later on, it takes absolutely no thought process to do it. It's not to win or lose is why you do it. It's to pick at one another.
Yeah.
And just to have fun, and that's why, to me, it's just a wonderful thing.
And John is a big fan of Thanksgiving, always has been.
Yeah.
And he refuses to get into this deal about putting Christmas, starting Christmas till you get through with Thanksgiving.
I know it.
And do that.
Well, I told y'all about that cartoon, didn't I?
Yeah.
Told you about that cartoon, didn't I?
I think so. Maybe not. Maybe not.
Well, it was a cartoon of Santa Claus and a snowman and a reindeer running across a field. And behind them is a pilgrim with a ham in his hand, and the turkey's pecking at the deer's legs.
Yeah.
And Mama Pilgrim's got a cornucopia, and she's swinging it at the snowman. And the caption is, "It's not your turn yet."
My favorite one.
And that's the way I
all
feel.
These turkeys are following this blind man, and it's Thanksgiving. The turkeys are going moo, moo.
Yeah. And it's time to go because we have a show to do, and we'll be back after these messages with all kinds of great information, great things. I think an emissary of Santa Claus is going to be here today and talk about a special event that's going to take place in town. Don't you go away. You don't want to miss this.
With over 30 years experience servicing the Tullahoma area, Mike's Tire, Brake, and Muffler has become a household name in Middle Tennessee. As a family-owned business, Mike and his wife Lisa, along with their sons Jamie, Justin, and Jody, have assembled a crew that delivers quality service to go with quality products. As the only authorized Michelin and Goodyear dealer in Tullahoma, they have become the tire store of choice, being named the Tire and Brake Store of the Year multiple times. They also rent Penske trucks and are an interstate battery dealer. So if you need tires, brakes, mufflers, a battery, or maybe rent a truck, go to the place you can trust. Call Mike's Tire, Brake, and Muffler at 931-455-5150. Located at 732 North Jackson in Tullahoma, Tennessee.
If you're looking for fuel, food, or fun, don't forget the Dameron Brothers stores. The Shortstop has fuel, food, and beverages. The Breeze Inn Market has party supplies, beverages, and the area's best selection of premium cigars. The Liquor Locker carries all of your favorite brands of wines and spirits. So for all your party needs, Jeff and Jay say, come on by, and thank you for the support of our businesses. Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our segment, which we call Police Pointers with Tullahoma Police Chief Paul Blackwell. And Paul is here today to give us some pointers, quite appropriately today, I think, about
winter driving tips.
Winter driving tips, boy.
And I think it probably is an appropriate day with the weather being the way it is out there today. We try to do this about this time of each year, just kind of friendly reminder to folks about the driving, and to give them some tips that will hopefully make their travels, especially through the holidays, safer. I kind of break it down into 4 areas. First, inspect it, equip it, drive it, and park it. So if you can remember those 4 things, inspect, equip, drive, and park.
Right.
First, inspect it. You know, in this kind of weather, it's still kind of nice outside, so you can get out and do these things. Make sure your lights are all working, headlights, brake lights, blinkers, flashers. Make sure your windshield wipers are in good condition, not rotten. You can tell if they're starting to tear.
Right.
You know, anytime we use them and you turn them on and you see that little rubber flap that's flapping, that's not attached to the wiper.
That's really not supposed to be there.
It's a time to replace them. Make sure your heater and your defroster work, and you know your tires are properly inflated. Underinflated tires respond differently than a properly inflated tire, or even overly inflated. So ensure that you have the right amount of air pressure in your tires. Try to keep a full tank of gas. You know, so that's the inspection part of it. Check your car out. But then go to the inside and equip it. You know, and I kind of say let your imagination run wild here. If you were stranded on the side of a road, you know, and we hear of these things happening in some of the other states that have the real bad weather, but you know, kind of put yourself in that position. What would you want to have in the car? We recommend, obviously, you have a blanket or a couple blankets, your cell phone charger. That's one of the things you hear oftentimes, people's cell phone dies out on them, so have your charger in there. A couple bottles of water. Put some snacks in there, the little crackers or something that you can keep in there. One of the things that I like to recommend are the military MREs, meals ready to eat. You can buy these at Army Navy stores.
And let me clarify here, though, you're an ex-military person, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, I thought so. Okay.
But the MRE is a packaged meal that they give to our military, high in calories, but it's got all kinds of stuff in there. It's got a main meal, it's got your toilet paper, it's got your matches, you know, it's got several things that maybe you didn't think about.
Right.
So, you know, and you can buy them for $2 and $3.
Where can you buy that sort of thing?
Go to an Army Navy store and, you know, an Army surplus store, and they generally will have them. You may even try some of the sporting goods store. They may have them, but packaged a little bit differently.
Right.
But, you know, those things are ideal. Find something that looks good, buy it, throw it in your trunk, and leave it there. They have a great shelf life.
I was going to ask that. Yeah,
shelf life is very good. You know, and then think about batteries for your flashlight. Make sure you have that stuff in there. Because those are, if you're out there for any amount of time, you know, you're going to start thinking, I wish I had a blanket. It's getting dark. Do I have a flashlight? Or, you know, I need my cell phone. Or now I'm getting thirsty. Now I'm getting hungry. If you think about all of that and put a little bit of it into your car, you know, you should be okay on that part.
And that sort of thing probably happens more than we realize, that people get stranded like that. Yeah.
And we, well, you know, we hear of it in the mountainous areas where there's a lot of snow and everything, but then we occasionally hear about it here where someone's had an accident and they're trapped in their car for a few days or, you know, for several hours. And if we were to have a major ice storm, you could pretty much slide off a road, and you know, emergency responders are going to have to triage, you know, who do we respond to first?
Sure.
And you stuck in a ditch may be down the line on the priority list.
Plus, I would imagine if you're traveling in the middle of the night and the weather's really bad, maybe nobody might not even see you till the next morning.
That's right.
You know,
and you know, and especially the holiday seasons when people are doing a lot of traveling. That's very true. You could be on the side of a road down an embankment, and someone may not see you till daylight.
Right.
If your headlights are not faced in the right direction when you go off.
Right.
You know, so think about what you can put in your car to help sustain you for a period of time until some help can arrive.
Right.
All right, so we talked about inspecting it and now equipping it. Now drive it. Drive your car. Obviously, in this kind of weather, you can't drive it like you would on a bright, sunny day where it's dry. You know, you've got to slow your speeds down. You've got to watch your stopping distance. You've got to know how to work your brakes. Most cars now have the anti-lock braking system, ABS. And those aren't designed just to put your foot on the brake and hold it there. You know, try to put the pedal to the all the way to the floor, because that defeats the purpose of the brakes. You got to tap the brakes to allow those ABSs to engage. You know, of course, your speed, the cold weather affects it. You know, we talk about hydroplaning, sliding. You know, there's nothing more scary than to apply your brakes and find your car is just not reacting. You know, it's doing its own thing, and you're just holding on, hoping there's nothing in the way.
Exactly.
So if you slow down a little bit, when you accelerate from say a red light or something, let the car do its own acceleration. You know, if you take your foot off the brake, it's going to start moving on its own. Let it do that. Let it grab hold before you start pushing on the gas.
Right.
If you were to go off a ditch, like we talked about, and if it's snowy and you're stuck in the ditch, the thing you want to be sure of is keep your windows cracked, because we don't want you to fall victim to carbon monoxide poisoning. What happens on a lot of those cases is the car gets situated in a ditch where the muffler gets clogged up either by mud or snow or against an embankment. And what happens then is that carbon monoxide backs up through the car and fills up the seating area.
A small crack do that?
A small, keeping fresh air moving through the car.
Right. Okay.
Will do it, because carbon monoxide, it's odorless. It's, it doesn't have a smell. You can't, what generally happens, someone just gets sleepy, falls off to sleep.
Right.
So crack that window and make sure your exhaust is not clogged up in some fashion.
Right.
And then you use that equipment that you put in your car to sustain you till someone comes.
Right.
Then the final thing is park it. So we've already talked about inspect it, equip it, drive it, now park it. One of the things that we've probably all done it. I did it when I pulled in out here. It's drizzling, it's raining. I turn the engine off and those windshield wipers may stop straight up.
Yeah.
Now let's say you do that at night when you go in for the evening and it's going to be a cold night, a freezing night. When you come out in the morning and you turn that car on, the wipers are already in the on position. And if they're frozen to your windshield, you're going to damage your wipers.
Right.
And so if you've ever had your windshield wipers going every which way, cattywampus, what you've done is you strip that little housing that the wipers fit over. So what we recommend is when you turn your car, before you turn the car off, turn the wipers off so they go to the down position and that knob is turned off. So when you turn your car on in the morning, the wipers don't automatically come on. Gives you time to defrost your windshield. If you have to go out and unstick the wipers by, pulling them off the windshield. And that'll save you, because the most important parts of your car in inclement weather are your wipers and your lights.
Right.
If you don't have those, it's not going to be a safe travel.
Exactly.
So the four things: inspect it, equip it, drive it, and park it. And we should have safe holiday travels.
Okay, and I mentioned at the start of this segment that this is really an appropriate day to do that, because I believe we're doing the show on Tuesday before Thanksgiving. I believe Wednesday before Thanksgiving is probably one of the busiest traffic days of the entire year.
It is. From tomorrow, Wednesday, through the end of Christmas, traffic is going to increase dramatically. A lot of people traveling. And be mindful of this.
Yeah, absolutely. Chief, thank you so much.
Right, thank you.
Thank you. We'll be right back in a moment with more living.
Welcome to Merle Norman, located inside Northgate Mall in Tullahoma. Since 1931, Merle Norman Cosmetics have been researched, developed, manufactured, and packaged in the USA, using the highest quality ingredients and unmatched customer service to help women look and feel better about themselves.
Hi there, I'm Christy Almacher, owner of Merle Norman. I wanted to talk to you a little bit today about Merle Norman products. We have a large line of skincare and cosmetics for all skin types. Merle Norman's motto is try before you buy, so we'd love for you to come in, talk to us about your concerns, try the products, and we want you to feel good when you leave here, so we hope to see you soon.
Want to feel good in your skin? Visit Merle Norman in Northgate Mall, Tullahoma.
On the train test range, the search for any possible weakness continues. It's hard to stop a train. Really hard. Train, the most reliable for a reason.
Hello, my name is Joe Stroop with Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration. I'm here to talk to you about a couple incentives that are going on between now and the end of the year. First is your federal tax credit up to $300. Secondly, 0% financing up to 15 months on XL products. Third, fall promotion up to $1,100. Finally, $500 incentives from your local power distributor. Please give us a call at 455-8757. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Excalibur limousine provided by AAA Limousine Service, and these are the South Jackson Gatsby girls, starting the promotion for the Great Gatsby Gala that will be held at South Jackson June 7th, 2014. Get your party hat on, folks. It's gonna be a ball. What about it, girls?
Here's to ya.
All right, folks, I went out to Motlow College the other day. I always have fun when I go out there, and I visited with Dr. David Bethay, and the reason I did is Motlow is having their holiday concert December the 5th. That is on a Thursday. It's at 7 p.m. at Ove Hall, and it would be wise to call and get reservations. It's a small venue out there. Call Bobby Underwood at 393-1627 or email at bunderwood@mscc.edu. That'd be educate you. Motlow College is great. Dr. Bethay's great. I want to show you a little video about what you're going to get to see, along with all kinds of good food you can have before the concert. Let's see. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm now with Dr. David Bethay, instructor of music at Motlow College. And David, tell us a little bit about your upcoming holiday performance.
Well, we're very excited to have a great concert lined up. We've got some great singers and a great band made up of, the band is made up of community members as well as Motlow students, but the vocal ensemble I'm very proud of is strictly students. And they're doing a great job, and we're going to be singing pieces, Christmas holiday pieces that are old as well as new. So it's going to be a great event. There's a reception that is previous before. It starts at 6 o'clock, and Santa Claus will be there. So please bring your kids, and it's going to be a great event with all sorts of holiday cookies and treats and things like that. And then at 7 o'clock, the concert will start, and it's going to be a nice way to start out your holiday season.
Okay, is there, I think it was mentioned in the press release that reservations would be wise to call and get reservations because the venue is not real large.
Yes, absolutely. The venue only seats about 250 people, and we're very excited about it, and reservations are required. So the number to call is 931-393-1627 to make reservations. 393-1627. You can talk to Miss Bobby Underwood, and she can get your reservations all situated for you.
Okay, this is your third year here?
Second year.
Second year, yes. And so I've noticed that the choir has grown quite a bit since you've been here. How pleased are you with that?
I am more than excited about the growth that we've seen. A lot of interest from around the area. Students are from all different types of local high schools. So we have a great influx of students, and we hope to keep continuing to build and grow. So it's a great thing.
Well, David, thank you for your gift for the holidays for our community with this great show, and good luck, and we'll see you that night.
Thank you. I look forward to seeing everybody.
Come see our show. It will be spectacular beyond belief.
Let the Smokehouse be your mountain getaway destination in beautiful Monteagle, Tennessee. Enjoy our cabins, restaurant, and old general store. Shop thesmokehouse.com featuring homemade barbecue sauces, jellies, and many other fine Tennessee products. Our live Music on the Mountain series features some of the best local and Nashville talent every Friday and Saturday night, 6:30 p.m. No cover, kids welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please, for the following public service announcement. He's back! The Watkins Man is back, bringing his world-famous Watkins products to 104 East Lauderdale Street in Tullahoma, where Richard and Stephanie Carpenter have opened the area's only Watkins store. Since 1886, Watkins has produced all-natural products, starting with the pain liniment and now including soaps, oils, creams, scrubs, royal jelly, beeswax, supplements dedicated to natural health and pain management, cover total external and internal body care. And don't forget the world-famous spices, extracts, teas, and cooking ingredients. With too many products to list, know that all Watkins products are 100% natural using the highest quality ingredients obtainable. Always remember with Watkins, when you buy the best, you use less.
How long has it been since you raced a cheetah? Are your tornado creating skills getting rusty? Tired of being the only one in your neighborhood who hasn't built a dinosaur? Sounds like it's time to visit the Hands-On Science Center. The Hands-On Science Center is an indoor science playground. In this museum, please touch is the rule. Join us for weekly science demonstrations on space, lasers, lizards, rocks, and a whole lot more. No two visits are ever the same, so visit often to see our ever-changing exhibits and demonstrations. The Hands-On Science Center, 101 Mitchell Boulevard in Tullahoma.
I'm meteorologist Leland Statham, and you're watching Just Plain Living here on Charter Channel 6.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and we're pleased today to have corralled the Tullahoma mayor. We've got a lot of important people on the show today. I guess this is you would consider yourself to be the most important, probably.
I've never thought that or treated myself that. Just call Evelyn.
Actually, that's right. You get a reality check every day when you come home, don't you?
Every Wednesday, I take out the garbage just like everybody else.
You know, I'm
not special in any way.
I need some video of that. I bet most of you folks out there don't realize that the mayor and probably the police chief, who's also in our studio today, probably take out the garbage. You know, who knew? Who knew?
You know, when I was elected this last time, it was on the next day was garbage day in our neighborhood. And so I get up and take out the garbage just like any other day.
You know, I've been an observer of your political career for a number of years, longer than I'd care to remember sometimes. But do I recall that you actually rode on a garbage truck once back when you were early on in your...
I did, 1982, when I was first elected alderman. For some reason, I thought it would be nice to spend a day in each of the city government departments. I've got a whole different outlook on that now. But I did. I spent, and that was back really long before this automated farm business.
They actually picked up the cans.
Absolutely, they sure did. And I just had a whole, and I did that. We started at 4 o'clock in the morning. And about 8 or 9 o'clock, I mean, I was not only tired, physically tired, but it was just hard to keep up. And so anyway, that was probably I appreciate more and more the work of those men and women of the public works, and really all the city government employees, I think, do an excellent job.
You've brought along a picture today, and in a moment we're going to talk about your 3 initiatives that you have here, but this is, tell us what this picture is.
Well, what you're looking at now is an artist rendering of what the new Splash Water Park is going to look like. If we want our homes to appreciate and value in Tullahoma, if we want more retail and entertainment options, if we want to have a community where our children, after graduation, either stay in Tullahoma or want to return to Tullahoma or attract other young families, we've got to grow our community. And the way that we want to grow our community is to be attractive and design a community that's attractive to young families. Families that are in their 20s and their 30s who want them either to stay in Tullahoma, return to Tullahoma, or attract them to Tullahoma. And so what do these young families want? Well, they want a safe community. We are a very safe community. They want a community with good schools. We've got an excellent school system, of course, and have had for 50 years now. They want jobs. You know, we're not there yet, but we're working on it.
Sure.
And they want a quality of life. They want retail and entertainment options. So, and they want fun things to do for their families. So this Splash Water Park concept will come online in early summer. It will go where the existing pool is behind E.W. Wilson, but it's going to have lots and lots of fun features. I mean, these slides are going to be 25 feet tall. We're going to have mushrooms that squirt water. I have a basketball goal there. We've got a rock climbing wall there. We've got a lazy river there. And it's just one of the kinds of things that we're doing to be more attractive to young families. We've got an 18-hole disc golf course now. Right. We've got we have concerts in the park. We've got runs and walks and festivals and things that are throughout the community. Those are the kinds of things, I believe, that are attractive to young families. It's not going to happen overnight, but if we can just continue to design a community that does those kinds of things, then I think we'll grow our community. Absolutely. And then as a result of the growth, we'll continue to have our homes to appreciate and value. That we will be more attractive to retail coming to Tullahoma. So there's a lot of exciting things going on now, sort of behind the scenes, to position Tullahoma in that way.
This water park, I assume this is the design that you're going with here.
That's correct, right.
This initiative. And you have any idea when it might be completed?
Well, the plan is early summer.
Early summer,
yeah.
Okay.
We've the engineers are still doing their work now. It will go out for bid in February. We'll open the bids reasonably as quick as we can. They'll get started on it, and because a lot of the infrastructure is in place, the pumps, the water lines, all that kind of thing, it's going to go quicker than it normally would. And then once the infrastructure is in place, then it's just a matter of dropping in some of these features that are when I show this to every Tuesday morning, I visit a different school, and I've been taking this drawing with me to sort of get their input on what features they like. And Jimmy, you just wouldn't believe when I walk in with this, there are just squeals in the room. You know, they're just so excited about this.
You know, I was going to pose the next question to Lane, and it occurred to me that in phrasing this question, I'm going to refer to him as a politician. And every 8 or 10 years, I like to bring the story out. When Lane ran for office his first time, his dad and I were friends at the time, still are, and I stopped by to talk to his dad, Bob Curley, who was my high school geometry teacher, and asked him what he thought about Lane running for office. And he says, you know, Jimmy, I have worked hard all my life, and you know, I've tried to always do the right thing, and I don't know what I have done wrong to make me to have a son that's a politician or something.
Yeah, that's a true story.
You know? So anyway.
He reminds me of that every now and then as well.
Oh, does he? Yeah, okay. But along those lines, I know you've had some initiatives, 3 I believe, one of which was Get Fit Tullahoma. And just looking at you, Lane, I think as a politician, you're actually living this life because you've lost quite a bit of weight here since it started.
I have. I knew a year or so ago that I would offer this initiative, and so I thought I had better do my part and try to get in a little bit better shape. And so, yes, I've worked really pretty hard at it. I've been quite disciplined about it, and try to set the example. And I do just feel so much better, have more energy, and all kinds of reasons. But we've done a number of things to introduce some Get Fit Tullahoma initiatives in the community. We have Bike with the Mayor. We've got runs and walks, and even the Splash Park, you know, plays into it a little bit. The 18-hole disc golf course plays into that. And there'll be more and more things next year. And it's not just for people that are fit now. What we want to do is encourage people that maybe don't have a lifestyle, and just introduce some really pretty basic things they can do to try to get more fit. And walking, even biking, are some good ways to get started. And certainly the other part of that is the nutrition part of it. So we're doing a number of things to try to encourage that.
You know, I've noticed at your bike thing that you do periodically, also I think a 5K you're involved in, that you're actually getting some young folks.
Absolutely, sure.
Elementary school kids and stuff involved in that.
Absolutely. Yeah, elementary students now only take a physical education class once a week, 30 or 45 minutes, I don't know. But so we just got to adopt a more healthy lifestyle when you're younger, and keep that going. So the Get Fit Tullahoma initiative is for people all the way from 2 or 3 to 83 and everything in between.
We've got a couple of minutes left to talk about some of the other things that you're interested in happening.
Sure. We've the 3 initiatives that we introduced this year were the Get Fit Tullahoma. We've talked about that, and we'll continue to roll that out next year in a big way, and then even in future years want to keep that going. And there's a group of people that meet on a regular basis and help design things. Then we've got the Tullahoma Arts Council. That was appointed a couple of months ago. Those 11 individuals, and they're meeting. One of the things that these young families want is to live in, they want to live in a green community. They like living in an arts-oriented community. They like to live in fit community. So all of that is designed around being attractive to these young families, which is one of the strategic things that we're trying to grow. But the Tullahoma Arts Council will make Tullahoma more of an arts destination. And that's important in a number of ways. So we've got those initiatives going. I mentioned the Go Green Tullahoma.
Right.
That's an initiative as well that we are working on. We'll have everything from growing our tree canopy, which is very important for a number of reasons, all the way to recycling, to having electric car chargers sometime next year in the community. So those are the 3 initiatives that we introduced this year. Again, all designed around being attractive to young families. And then next year we'll have some new initiatives as well.
And your long-term goal is you hope to keep younger families and people who graduate from high school here coming back to this community.
Absolutely, and we want to, and we also want to attract young families as well. Maybe families that didn't grow up here, but they hear about this community in southern Middle Tennessee with a great school system, and it's a safe community, and they've got neat things to do all the time, and they've got Splash Water Park, and I think that will again make us more attractive to that age group. And once we start attracting those young families, then we're going to grow grow. And then we're more attractive to retailers that want to come here. And it just sort of snowballs on itself. And once we have more retailers here again, that will attract more people here.
I know that you've always been, and I'm out of time, but real quick, you've always been a strong proponent of education, and people. There have been a lot of people, I think, through the last 50 years. You mentioned that have worked hard to make that happen. Do you feel like it's where it needs to be now?
Well, I mean, we've always got room for improvement, and I think, and I don't say that in a critical way at all, but I think you always want to have the expectation of excellence in the school system. But we now have Chromebooks in 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade at East Lincoln Elementary School. And those students are seeing remarkable progress in their ability to learn and retain work. I mean, these young people are accustomed to staying on computers. And so the Chromebooks are just a great way to do that. But we've got super parental involvement and teachers that give of themselves. And so, yes, I'm very proud of the school system.
Okay. Mayor, thank you so much for coming by. It's always nice to get a shot at you, you know.
Thank you.
All right. We'll be right back in just a moment with more living following these messages.
All I have to do to think about what I was physically before and what I am now, and I don't ever want to go back to that original situation.
The overall mission of the rehab team is always what is best for the patient and how we can facilitate maximum potential from every resident.
Well, the most important thing to me is that I'm allowed to do whatever I want to do, you know.
Everyday miracles at Life Care Centers of America.
Have you heard that little voice that beckons you to come home to Tennessee? Well, here's your chance. Here's a property offered by its owner. It's 20 miles from the National Walking Horse Celebration grounds in Shelbyville, Tennessee, and only 10 minutes away from the Jack Daniel Distillery in Lynchburg. It's located at 769 Shipman Creek Road. This property has over a 5,300 square foot home on 45 acres, and a sprawling 200 acres is also available. Let's take a look at the house. Built in 1998, this home has 4 bedrooms and 3.5 baths. This home offers wide open views, featuring the main floor with over 2,700 square feet of living room, an eat-in kitchen, a formal dining area, and a massive 20 by 19 master bedroom with a master bath and fireplace included. There is craftsmanship at every turn, solid cherry cabinets, built-in cherry shelves, and other solid cherry appointments. It's a 2-story home with 3 nicely sized bedrooms upstairs. Down a spiral staircase, the basement hosts a 40 by 40 den with a handcrafted bar. We're leaving the jukebox here, folks. The basement is a recreation room on steroids. There are too many closets to count and more than you'll ever need. There are so many places in this home to find peace that you'll seldom want to leave it. But when you do, you'll discover up to 200 acres of paved roads with city water. The property is quilted with streams, woods, ponds, and open pasture. The view from the porch alone is enough to say you're home. The property includes a 3-bay heavy construction shop and plenty of room to build stables and graze livestock. If Tennessee's been calling you home, start your journey by calling this number. A property like this comes on the market but once in a lifetime. We think you'll love it. We think you'll stay. This is a very real estate.
I'm meteorologist Leland Statham from the News Channel 5 Weather Center. Look to Jim Fuller and crew for local news night here on Channel 6.
Welcome back. It's time for the parade. We're getting ready. I'm sitting here with Billy Philpott. Hey, it's always good to see you.
Good to see you.
You're the chairman of this big parade, aren't you?
Yes, ma'am.
And we have the McNabbs, Dolly and Trey. Thanks for coming. You got a big thing going on in this parade, I know. So.
And this is Lenore. She's the co-chair.
Why did I call you Dolly?
Yeah.
I don't know. Lenore, excuse me, you're the wife of the police chief.
Oh boy, you're in trouble.
Somebody told me Dolly was coming, and so that was in my head. Excuse me, world, we'll start all over. Anyway, Lenore, yes, forgive me.
She's the co-chair.
You're the co-chair.
Yes, I
so
am.
what part are you playing in this big event?
Well, I help Billy keep his hat together, and
this is the hat that got run over last year.
The hat that had an accident last year.
And we're happy to say the hat is back. Will you be wearing it at the parade?
Yes, I will. Mm-hmm.
And the date of the parade
is December the
and
6th.
We still have openings.
We still can take entries up till about 3 o'clock Friday afternoon.
On the 6th.
On the 6th.
You can actually still get in the parade. And how many entries do you have right now?
Well, I checked with the chamber this morning. We have just shy of 100. And that's, typically we'll have between 100 to 105. So we're right on target.
You're right on target. And if there's a few more people out there, it's time to call up and get yourself in the parade.
Yeah, just call the
chamber. And you guys are doing stuff. What's happening with Stan McNabb?
We are. We're the sponsor this year.
You're the big sponsor, aren't you?
We are. We are. The chamber approached us several months ago and asked us to be the title sponsor, and we were pleased to do it. It's something for Tullahoma and the surrounding areas for everybody to enjoy, and it's free, and just glad to help out with the ins and outs.
I know the McNabbs give a lot to this community, and I, for one, truly appreciate it, and I know the parade officials all appreciate all you do. So you got a few cars in the parade, huh?
That's right. That's right. We'll have several in there.
You'll have several in there. Pretty girls sometimes riding in the cars.
Probably so.
I think that one of the pretty girls, the parade marshal, is...
it's Courtney Miller this year.
Courtney is the
Grand Marshal,
distinguished young woman of Tennessee, and aren't we lucky and blessed to have such a beautiful girl and smart and talented?
Yes, she is.
And she's riding as the, and there's a reception, am I right?
Reception at 5 or 5:15 at South Jackson Civic Center. Everybody's invited. We'll be honoring
and there'll be,
Courtney there.
I think there'll be refreshments
and the tree lighting.
Tree lighting at South Jackson Civic Center on the lawn. Mm-hmm. It is always a great event. Last year was, how many years have y'all gone to South Jackson? Is this about
this is
the
third one,
I think.
Or second?
No, it's probably the third.
I'm thinking it might be the third, but it's certainly a blessing for us to have the opportunity to have everybody there at South Jackson.
It's an appropriate place.
And where do people line up for the parade?
They will be coming in off of Carroll Street and lining up on South Jackson Street from First Methodist Church toward Carroll Street. We'll have entries on both sides of the street, and so we sent them information through the mail.
And so they know when to be there and their place in the parade.
Yeah.
And is there a big prize at the end of the parade?
Actually, we've got 5 prizes. We've got first place CEO in schools. That's $300. Second place,
wonderful.
CEO schools.
Every school can use it.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And then we've got the second group is churches and not-for-profits. 150, 300 for first and 150 for second. And then a few years ago, we came up with an idea, since we were emphasizing music in the parade, which is very important, I think.
Yes, to me.
We adopted the Jingle Bell Award. So there will be an award for the float that has the best music that coordinates with the theme.
What does that get?
They get 75.
You've been the chairman of this event for how many years?
This is my fourth.
Fourth year.
Yes.
And have you noticed that there's been a lot of changes? Have you gotten more entries every year?
Yes. I think the big changes, and I'll ask Lenore this, but I think the big change is that we're having more music and more floats. And that was our goal.
That was our goal.
And that's really good.
Yes.
Well, Lenore, how did you get involved? You just volunteered one day?
Well, no. I was a chamber ambassador and involved with the chamber in that way for several years. And then Billy and I were asked to pair up and co-chair the parade. And so he's the lead person, and I just help him with the planning. And it's been quite enjoyable.
Well, obviously, you're a great team. And a pretty face always helps, doesn't it?
It does. She does a great job. She likes to stay in the background, and I try to pull her out every once in a while. But,
I imagine that not only does Stan McNabb give cars and money and a lot of stuff that goes into this sponsorship, but I'm sure you have some other sponsors that you'd like to say thank you to those people. And if anybody wants to sponsor still, what would they do? Just call the chamber?
Just call the chamber. We have people who, we have the 5-star, 4-star, 3-stars, 2-star, and 1-star contributors.
Yeah.
And of course that involves different amounts of money. And then we have people who just donate some money, $25. I have a list of several businesses and individuals who donated $25. Well, every dollar counts.
And the money that comes from the parade, is it just all about just giving
expenses?
Just expenses.
Right.
This is not a fundraiser for anything more than the parade,
No.
which is a great thing for our kids and our families to come out and have hot chocolate on the street and watch the parade go by. What could be more exciting?
Speaking of hot chocolate, 2 years ago we encouraged some of our non-for-profits or churches and that kind of thing to set up booths along the street and sell hot chocolate and food and things like that to help their cause.
Right,
and
that's always a good thing.
We have some pretty good participation in that, and it's not too late to do that. They just need to call the chamber and let us know where they're going to be
Where they're going to be,
up.
so you'll be aware of that
But
event.
it's strictly for nonprofits and churches and civic groups.
You can't just come in off the street
No.
and decide to sell stuff.
Not without going through the city.
Trey, you come from such a giving family. The work ethic in your family goes all the way, generation after generation. And do you have a favorite thing in the parade that you enjoy?
Santa Claus.
Santa, of course. Everybody loves Santa Claus.
That's right.
I mean, how do you ever not love Santa Claus?
That's right.
He's coming down for the parade. Will he come right along with, will he be last? Will he be toward the beginning?
He'll pull up the rear.
He'll pull up the rear, and the parade marshal will go first. And anything last minute, we got 30 seconds here, so let's make sure we've told everything you want to tell.
Well, I think this is a way that the chamber has of giving back to the community. Businesses have an opportunity to showcase their business. They really do. And of course, it's an opportunity for us to celebrate the season.
Oh,
You know,
I agree.
It really is.
I agree. And bring your kids out. It doesn't cost you anything. You just have a good time. And Lenore, any last words?
Come enjoy the parade. It's a great Tullahoma event.
Well, folks, don't forget the parade, December 6th.
6.
Line up on the street. Come to the reception at South Jackson Civic Center. And thank you so much. And Lenore, forgive me. How can I ever forget you again? Never. We'll be back with more of Living.
Are you a shoeanista with no place local to find your style? Well, now you don't have to travel any further than Bren's Shoe Boutique, located at the Village on Jackson, 1940 North Jackson Street, Suite 120 in Tullahoma. From funky to formal, you can find the fit and style that will make you smile at Bren's. A shoeanista herself, owner Brenda Kemp offers brands like Rocket Dog, Jessica Simpson, Mia, Nine West, J. Renee, Bandolino, and more. Want that accessory splash that none of your friends have? Bren's offers a selection of one-of-a-kind handbags and jewelry with just the right bling. So if your shoe selection doesn't stack up, find what you've been looking for at a price you can afford at Bren's Shoe Boutique, now open in Tullahoma.
Looking for a unique gift for someone special, or perhaps something just for yourself? Then you need to check out Grady Mac Denim Company, right here in the heart of Tullahoma. Grady Mac features the full line of men's and women's Lucky brand apparel. Stop in and check out our denim production line. Grady Mac offers a full line of outdoor sporting apparel and much more. And check out our custom fly fishing equipment, fine art, and signed sports memorabilia. There's something for everyone at Grady Mac Denim Company, the most unique store in Tullahoma.
We get closer to a world with more birthdays when we take cancer patients by the hand. we help them find answers and guidance and hope, and give them more candles to light. We're the American Cancer Society. Help create a world with more birthdays at morebirthdays.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and one of the really cool things that happens around here from time to time, and this time of year, is a holiday tour of homes, and we're getting ready to have that happen. And that is going to be, and Miss Emma's here, and she's going to talk about this to raise money for daycare.
Yes, that's correct.
And are you excited?
I am excited.
I'll bet you are. There's Jeannie and there's Tom, and I tell you what I want you to do is just sort of give us a broad perspective of what's going to happen and when it's going to happen. I know it's exciting. Is your home on this?
Yes, it is.
Well, that'll be fun.
I'm very proud to say my home is on
home
there, and Tom's as well.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Starts December the 8th on Sunday. It's from 1 till 5 o'clock. Tickets are available at local banks, Tullahoma Daycare. Some churches are having them, so pick those up. They're $10 a piece, and you get to tour all 5 homes that are on the tour.
So there are five homes on the tour, Jeannie. I guess there'd probably be refreshments there.
Yep.
A little bit.
There will be.
At the daycare.
Yeah.
At the daycare.
And a silent auction.
And a silent auction. And tell everybody where that is.
Tullahoma Daycare Center is on 707 Trinity Lane.
Right.
Right behind Trinity Lutheran Church.
Right behind Trinity Lutheran Church. Been in business over there for years and years and years and years and years. And you're following Louis Baldwin's leadership position. Louis retired last year?
He retired in April.
In April. So, and you've taken that over since then, and how are things going? I know you worked there for quite some time prior to this.
That's true. But it's going really good.
Going really good.
Really good.
But like most, y'all 501c3, aren't you? Yeah, the money. It all boils down to the money, folks, every time. And this is a time of year to get your heart right and get in your pocketbook and go see some of these beautiful homes. What other homes are on the tour?
Vicki and Bill Toma.
Oh.
They live on King's Place. And Michelle and Greg Moore, they have just completely redone the Frank Sims' old house.
Doyle Richardson, Frank Sims.
Yeah, Doyle Richardson, the Richardson Sims house.
Right,
yes.
right.
So they've completely redone that.
I've heard that is
it's
just
gorgeous.
Absolutely phenomenal what they did to that place.
And then the Duster house.
Gretchen, yeah.
Yeah, Gretchen. She's on the board actually of the Tullahoma Daycare.
So this will happen. It starts at when?
On December the 8th.
And is that the only day?
That's the only day, and it's on a Sunday, and it's from 1 o'clock till 5 o'clock.
1 to 5. So you have 4 hours to go, and there are 5 homes. So that gives you about 45 minutes. And they're all sort of they're not real far apart, are they?
No.
So you won't have a lot of driving time, and get to look at all these beautiful holiday decorations.
That's correct.
Yep. Get to see the homes and the things that, like Greg and Michelle's home that they've renovated, looks awesome. I've been there. Their home's beautiful. Jenny's home, been to her home many times. As a matter of fact, our church small group, meets at her home every Thursday, and that's how we got involved with Tullahoma Daycare. We do a birthday party for the kids once a month at the daycare, and the kids are just so excited because we bring cupcakes and presents, and they come running and hugging.
Yeah. Well, now how are you going to have Greg decorated for this?
He's got his Auburn Christmas tree in the corner of our garage. That's where he gets to celebrate.
He gets to celebrate. Well, the Iron Bowl's coming up. That's going to be a big game.
He'll be there.
He'll be there.
He and
I'm
Rush
sure
Brigham, yeah.
But my wife made me take my Alabama flag down because of the tour home. She said,
you still have the sweater on, though.
But I do have the crimson. So
there you go. Well, Emma, how many young people do you have over there?
I have 32 enrolled.
32 enrolled. Is that up, down? It's about normal.
That's up.
You actually have a waiting list now too.
I do.
You? Yes.
And what needs to happen for you to be able to address that waiting list? More money?
More money, because then I would have to hire another teacher.
Hire another teacher, and then of course that means more snacks and more supplies,
right.
And that trickle down effect right there. So look at that. How are you going to deny that right there, folks? Huh? How in the world would you not let that happen? And the way you can help that happen and work on this waiting list is to come on this tour of homes.
That's
and
correct.
pay your $10, and I guarantee you.
There's Jenny, his wife. She's fixing cupcakes.
I guarantee you, if you wanted to pay more than $10, y'all would take it.
We sure would.
And so you can write a check just as big as they can write a check just as big as they want to, can't they?
We're going to have buckets at each of the homes.
Oh, wonderful! That's
people
great.
People can leave donations there if they would like.
That's a very good idea.
Yeah, you're right. These faces, how can you deny
Look at
that?
that.
And they are the sweetest kids too. Or at least when I come there.
They are. They really are. They really are.
No, they're wonderful.
Well, that's great, folks, and we just appreciate your involvement. This is we've got a good little town here, and we're a giving bunch of folks and good folks involved in good things. And thank you so much for your commitment to service and what you do. Because without folks like you, it wouldn't be happening.
Well,
that's good.
And I hope all of y'all have a wonderful Thanksgiving. And you folks out there, go on this tour of homes. Again, it is Sunday the 8th? December the 8th. And you can get tickets at the banks. You can get tickets over at the daycare center. You can get them anywhere you want to.
I think
find a way to donate.
I think the individual homes also are selling.
Yeah,
tickets.
they'll have tickets at each home that you can purchase at the
They'll
home.
be $15 at the door.
That's
so
fine.
if you just if you want to bypass the daycare center and then start at the homes, you can buy tickets.
You can do that as well. Okay. Phone number where they can call and get information about where the first home is. Or something. If they want to go to, if they want to go to one of the homes and not just go and pay their phone
They can
number.
call the daycare. It's 455-4197.
Okay, that's great. To all of you, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving
to you, John.
Good luck.
And congratulations on Jacob.
Oh, thank you, thank you, folks. We'll be right back after these messages.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the paint. I just knocked a tree over. This is the paint doctor. I got the color wheel. Now, you know what a color wheel is? It is the wheel at the paint works where you pick all your colors to paint your room. It could be a multicolored beard. It could be a underarm fan. You never can tell. One thing we do know is that it's time to paint. You can make your wife very happy if you go to your house and paint some rooms, or you paint the outside of the house, the inside of the house. It makes them feel very good because you work hard for them and they like that. All women like to see their man sweat. They do. Honeydew is what they do. And you get to do it too. So you go to the Paintworks at 1960 North Washington Street and you see David Heikkinen over there, and he's the real paint doctor. He fix you up with color. It's so nice when the color is right. Go to Paintworks today. Martin Senor. See? Martin Senor. Right there. Martin Senor at the Paintworks. Bye, and we see you next time. I'm burning up.
Today's Charter tip, set up your parental controls. Children don't always know what they should and shouldn't watch, but parents do, and Charter can help. Charter's parental controls are easy to set up. All you need is a 4-digit PIN. Then you can lock specific titles, channels, and show ratings. Even hide program titles and block paid programming purchases. Family protection in just 4 digits. Another way Charter gives you more. Visit charter.net/tips to get started.
Welcome back. I am so proud to be on the set with a first responder and deputy police chief, not police,
Yeah, let's get that right.
Fire chief, excuse me. Anyway, we're going to talk about Toys for Tots.
Yes, we are.
And what's the deadline on that for getting money and toys?
Well, right now we really don't have a deadline. I'd say if you want to get the money in, probably by the 15th of December.
So that you can buy toys.
So that we can purchase the toys.
And,
if you want to make the donation, just make it by the 15th.
And you all are in conjunction with the Marine. What did you say about that?
We're hooked up with the Marine Reserves. That's how we get our
That's how you get your nonprofit status.
Our nonprofit status.
Any money that's donated, is that a tax write-off for the people giving the money? I think.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's a good thing. That's always
a real
good thing.
thing.
How many children do you think you service each year?
We serve about 500 children a year.
That is wonderful. Yes. And if there's somebody out there that doesn't know about your program, would they? How would they get on the list to get toys for their children?
If they will just be looking at the paper. If they want to call the fire hall, we can tell them what day it is to sign up, when the sign-ups are, or they can just be watching the paper, or they can just drive by the fire hall now.
They can just drive by the fire hall.
We have a nice big sign up now.
Oh, okay.
And they can.
Where's the fire hall? I know where it is, but maybe they don't.
The fire department's located on Jackson Street.
On Jackson Street, just
South Jackson Street, 613 South Jackson Street.
613 South Jackson Street, and you probably have some things you want to tell that I won't think to ask you. So.
Well, our sign-ups for the toys are December the 4th. And it's going to be at CD Stamps Community Center.
Okay.
And the sign-ups are going to be from 9 until 12.
And that's people that are hoping they can be on the list to get toys? Is that what that's about?
No, if you want to sign your child up, you come down to the CD Stamps from 9 to 12.
Okay.
And bring proof of residence, and bring your child's birth certificate and Social Security card, and that's how you sign up for.
I see. Yes. So they do need to come to.
They do need to come to CD Stamps Community Center. Yes, ma'am.
And what time did you say?
9 o'clock. 9 to 12.
9 a.m. 9 to 12.
9 a.m. to 12.
That's an important piece of information for people to know. When did y'all start doing this?
Well, I come on in 1990, and I'd say this started back in the 60s, 50s, late 50s,
It's a wonderful
60s.
program, and it's continued, and
yes.
All of the firefighters are involved in this with all the other things they have to do, saving lives and
yes, ma'am.
Putting out fires. Mm-hmm. You're contributing.
All 3 shifts participate in this. Each shift goes out and purchases the toys, and each shifts are involved in separating the toys into boxes to the different families, to the different ages.
So you take the age group and you decide what might be the best thing for that child.
Yes, ma'am.
That's wonderful. What could be worse than Christmas without a gift?
It would be a sad
from the big man, yeah.
It would be a sad.
It would be a sad thing. Well, I know that our fire department, not only are you guys busy putting out fires and everything else, and it's wonderful that you take the time to be involved in raising funds and getting toys for tots. What's the age limit on the tots?
We go from 0 to 14.
That's good.
And that's
good.
You know, that's who we give toys to that age group.
And there are lots of deserving people out there that just simply can't afford toys these days.
Right.
A lot of people without jobs and struggling just to put food on the table.
Right.
So I think toys might be considered just a little over the budget for people.
And it is. You know, toys, like everything else, goes up over the years, and it can get expensive this time of the year.
I don't know if you all take a credit card over the phone or anything like that.
No,
probably not.
We'll take checks.
You prefer checks and cash.
We prefer checks, and we'll take cash, but you know, we really prefer checks.
Yeah, because it's easier to keep up with.
Yes, and you can drop them down by the fire department. You know, if you have any questions about that, you could call.
Right.
If you have any questions about the donations, you can call the fire department at 455-0936.
0936.
Right, and we'll be happy to talk with you about that.
That's good. And you can do that any time of day?
We're open, well,
you're
you know.
Kind of a 24-hour day service, but you're not necessarily there behind the desk.
Right. I mean, you know, probably between 7 and 3 would be a good time to call.
Between 7 and 3.
Between 7 and 3, 7 and 4.
And even then, I guess, you know, you might be out on a call.
We may be out on a call. We may be out training.
But you'll be back.
We'll be back.
How many firefighters do we have on your force?
We have 32 firefighters.
32.
And we have 15 reserves.
That's quite a lot for this town, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what most towns have.
We always want more, but it's...
And that's what I was leading up to. Like, what would be the criteria for somebody wanting to sign up to get training to be a policeman?
To be a firefighter?
I mean, I can't keep it straight. You have to forgive me. I'm no woman.
Okay. Well,
to be a firefighter, yeah. What age?
What age?
Yeah.
You know, you'd have to be a high school graduate. And, you know, you'd have to at least be, 18.
At least 18, and there's always an opening. Well, we're fixing to close this out, and I want to encourage everybody to bring toys, new toys, to the fire station.
To the fire station.
For the firefighters.
To the firefighters.
And Tim, it is so gracious of you to come by here and talk about this wonderful program, and I hope everybody will remember that phone number and bring cash or checks or new toys. And don't forget the sign-up day, which is?
December the 4th.
December 4th.
At CD Stamps Community Center.
What day of the week is that?
That would be on a Wednesday.
Wednesday.
At CD Stamps. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, CD Stamps Community Center.
Okay, don't forget that.
No. Yes.
Yes. Well,
CD Stamps.
Call that number to make sure.
Yes. Yes, that's where it's at. CD Stamps.
Thanks for
I'm
coming.
just kidding.
CD Stamps.
CD Stamps
All right.
Community Center from 9 till 12.
And this is Tim, the firefighter. We'll be back.
Smoking tobacco accounts for 3 of every 10 fire deaths in the United States.
Tullahoma Fire Department. Need you en route to a structure fire, 202 Main Street. Heavy smoke showing. Neighbors advise child trapped inside.
Lighters, matches, and associated smoking paraphernalia are the leading cause of preschooler fire deaths. We as firefighters know that most structure fires can be prevented.
I've got one! I've got one! Command, this is primary search. We have a victim. Need EMS to meet us at the front door.
Please help us to give you a fighting chance. This can be prevented. Contact the Tullahoma Fire Department for a free home safety inspection.
What's a Tennessee vacation? It starts off like any road trip, and then, boom, adventure and thrills everywhere you look, which happens to be some of the most beautiful scenery in the country. Music here, history there, and all kinds of green in between. Come relax and unwind, or bring the crowd for some stargazing, or stargazing. Whatever you do, come hungry and expect an awesome soundtrack. It's all right here in Tennessee. We're playing your song. For a free vacation guide, visit tnvacation.com.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
The Charter Triple Play lets you experience TV, internet, and phone the way you want with no contracts. Hooked on HD? Now over 100 HD channels available. Movie lover? Get 10,000 on-demand movies and shows. 1,500 in HD, including movies in 3D. Missing your favorite shows? Record and watch TV with DVR service for 4 rooms and over 780 hours of storage space. Get Charter TV for $29.99 a month. Photo Fiend, Music Fan, Video Streamer? Switch to super fast Charter Internet and do it all with the bandwidth to support all your devices. At 30 megabits per second, Charter Internet is 10 times faster than the phone company's DSL. Get Charter Internet for $29.99 a month. Want more talk for less? Charter Phone has unlimited long-distance calling with no added fees like the phone company charges. Get Charter Phone for $29.99 a month. The new Charter Triple Play. TV, internet, and phone for just $29.99 a month each when bundled. Call 855-81-T-PLAY now.
All right, folks, we're back, and there's a couple things I want to talk to you about right now. It's holiday time. I want you to remember that it's very important to shop small. And it's Shop Small Saturday, and that means stay at home and go to some of the smaller stores, go to the independent stores, go to the mom and pops, the people who are local businesses, and spend your money there. And, you know, think about this. I know one thing I give my son for a Christmas present is I go to a laundry and get him a shirt a week as one of his presents, a gift certificate to have a shirt washed and starched and pressed where I know he's got one good shirt a week. You know, things like that. Go and find a yard man and get somebody's yard mowed for the summer. Get a car detailed. Go get a certificate to have a car detailed. Find ways to spend your money not on things, but with local businesses who provide service. And, you know, we all have so many things that it'd be great to get something. If you have a swimming pool, get a gift certificate for pool chemicals for a month during the summer. Or the pool boy. Get a certificate from the pool boy to come clean a swimming pool. You know, there's other ways that you can give gifts than giving trinkets and things that are made somewhere in another world. You know, spend your money where it helps those of us at home and the businesses in the area where you live be successful, because they live and spend their money in your hometown and in our hometown. So I think it's very important that we do that. And in saying that, shop small at Bren's Shoe Store on Black Friday. Get 20% off of a purse if you buy a pair of shoes. Check out her new velvet jewelry. You won't find it anywhere else in the state of Tennessee. Things like that are important that you do that. Now, an offering for Thanksgiving, because Thanksgiving has so many wonderful smells. A smell. I strolled past a Five and Dime in a left-behind small town when I got a whiff of something that made me turn around. The floorboards squeaked as I walked between shelves and cases bare. And the more I looked, I realized I'd left some history there. I closed my eyes and I could see the way it was so well, as memory came back to me because of a smell. A smell can take you somewhere you haven't been in years, can make you laugh until it hurts, can take you straight to tears, usher you to Grandma's kitchen or that first date picture show, and at times to places where you just don't want to go. Pictures flashed before your eyes, some heavenly, some hell, all set free instantly because of a smell. Oak leaves burning, just baked hot bread, new mown grass, sun-dried sheets on a fresh-made bed, a hint of rose on her wrist, the lilac in her hair. The song may remember when, but a smell can take you there. As pictures flashed before your eyes, some heavenly, some hell, all set free instantly because of a smell. Happy Thanksgiving. We'll be back in a minute.
Let the Smokehouse be your mountain getaway destination in beautiful Monteagle, Tennessee. Enjoy our cabins, restaurant, and old general store. Shop thesmokehouse.com, featuring homemade barbecue sauces, jellies, and many other fine Tennessee products. Our live Music on the Mountain series features some of the best local and Nashville talent every Friday and Saturday night, 6:30 p.m. No cover, kids welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please, for the following public service announcement. He's back! The Watkins Man is back, bringing his world-famous Watkins products to 104 East Lauderdale Street in Tullahoma, where Richard and Stephanie Carpenter have opened the area's only Watkins store. Since 1886, Watkins has produced all-natural products, starting with the pain liniment and now including soaps, oils, creams, scrubs, royal jelly, beeswax, supplements dedicated to natural health and pain management, cover total external and internal body care. And don't forget the world-famous spices, extracts, teas, and cooking ingredients. With too many products to list, know that all Watkins products are 100% natural using the highest quality ingredients obtainable. Always remember with Watkins, when you buy the best, you use less.
How long has it been since you raced a cheetah? Are your tornado creating skills getting rusty? Tired of being the only one in your neighborhood who hasn't built a dinosaur? Sounds like it's time to visit the Hands-On Science Center. The Hands-On Science Center is an indoor science playground. In this museum, please touch is the rule. Join us for weekly science demonstrations on space, lasers, lizards, rocks, and a whole lot more. No two visits are ever the same, so visit often to see our ever-changing exhibits and demonstrations. The Hands-On Science Center, 101 Mitchell Boulevard in Tullahoma.
I'm meteorologist Leland Statham, and you're watching Just Plain Living here on Charter Channel 6.
Welcome back, folks.
I like what you just talked about, local shopping.
Well,
We
you
need to
know,
remember
it's
that,
very
yeah.
important, I think,
Yes,
that we
it
do
is.
that. And even further down the line than that, locally owned.
Yes.
Locally owned. You know, if you're gonna go out to eat, pick a mom and pop that own it right here.
Yeah, and the guy that does his own business, washing cars or whatever.
Yeah, changing oil, whatever.
Oil, doing. We have lots of services in this.
Yeah,
community.
and you know the thing about it is it's, you know, it when you need it. You need it. And isn't it great to have a certificate or a gift from somebody that when you need it, they've already paid for it for
Right.
you?
A manicure, pedicure,
You know? Yeah, pedicure.
How good is that?
Haircut.
What a great thing that is.
Yeah.
Is that pretty great? I've never had one of those.
Oh man,
You've
you
never
need
had
to
a
get
pedicure?
No.
You haven't lived, you've had a pedicure.
You need to go do that.
Have you done that?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
okay.
man.
You can
Get your
sit
feet
back
dipped in a hot bag of wax. Ain't nothing like it.
I need
Feels
my whole,
good.
I'd like to have my whole body in a hot bag of wax. That's what I need.
Whoa.
Oh yeah. Oh, listen, it's not long until the Civic Choir concert,
Yes.
the parade, everything's happening.
Yeah, it's
so
all happening.
It's all in the paper.
T.S. Monk's coming to town. Locally
Oh,
Grown's
man,
going to
don't
be the
forget that.
following day. And it's time to go. And folks, happy Thanksgiving to all of you out there. Be safe and just enjoy your time together with those you love.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you.